What's that?
Back with you on the Morning Brew Tuesday morning, and welcome to the couch. A couple of guests from 516 Arts. We've had the 516 Arts people on the show several times, and we're going to tell you about a Digital Latin America project that's going on. With us today is Teresa Buscemi. She is the project manager for Digital Latin America, and Jenny McMath, who is a 516 board member. By the way, this part of the show is brought to you by Albuquerque Arts and Entertainment. Now has merged with ABQ Free Press, and you get the best of both worlds: great investigative journalism and all the arts and entertainment coverage that you're looking for at ABQ Free Press. Ladies, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Good morning.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, Digital Latin America. What is it?
Sounds like fun.
Teresa?
Anything that has to do with Latin America just sounds like a party.
Yeah, it does.
Well, we're doing a weekend symposium, which is June 7th and 8th, and we're focusing on digital media art in Latin America and New Mexico and the region. So it's, as I said, the weekend symposium, an exhibition, an opening block party, and the kickoff is all on June 7th.
Wonderful. Sounds fun already.
There's a lot going on. Yeah. You've probably been working at this for a while.
Yeah, we've been working on it probably for about 2 years. 2 years ago, we got the idea to start it, and we've been working on it ever since.
At 516.
Yes, at 516 Arts.
For those who aren't familiar, Jenny, what is the 516 Arts program?
So thanks for asking. 516 is a nonprofit focusing on education, STEM education, if you're familiar with that, so science and technology.
Yeah.
So it focuses on that aspect, but it also brings in an incredible amount of art education to the city. And the programming is by far superior for what really I think Albuquerque has known. So really it's an amazing organization. So if you haven't been to the gallery, it's something to check out and the things that they bring.
And tell us where it's located.
516 is located on 5th Street on Central, right in between, 6th and 5th.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Kind of easy to find.
It's on the south side of the street.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, it's always interesting. You always have really, really wonderful things going on.
Yeah. So that Saturday of Digital Latin America, there will be a block party very similar to a block party that 516 has done before, and they'll block off the street, and there'll be food trucks and art and installments on the street and a concert and all kinds of great stuff. So it's a perfect way to spend a Saturday night in Albuquerque.
And so you're going to be covering art from the Americas then?
Yes.
I just saw a list of all the different countries that'll be represented.
Yes. So this was inspired by a project we did 2 years ago, which was Isaiah 2012. It was an international conference that we hosted, and we devoted one of the conference days to Latin America, and it was a very successful day. It was very well received. So that's why we decided to go ahead and focus on this and do this program, and just focus on Latin America and New Mexico and the connections between the two places, and so that's our focus.
Yeah.
Now, there's a symposium here. What's at the symposium? What are you going to be doing there?
Well, it sounds very educational,
It
but
does,
but
yeah.
actually it's more about accessibility. What we really wanted to do was to bring a lot of these artists who are exhibiting to talk about their work and how it functions and the concepts behind it, as well as there are some professors from UNM who will be talking about their own experiences in Latin America and the way that digital culture and technology has affected how culture is dispersed throughout the world.
I think what's most interesting about digital art is that you don't realize that what you're seeing is art. So lots of times people will be at a concert and there's this like incredible light show that's tuned right to whatever the artist is singing. That's digital art. That's that technology is really developed here, and with these artists who understand the mathematics behind that and then the art with it. And it's so incredible. And so I think what the symposium will bring is that accessibility and that approach, so that you understand, you don't just see this medium as so obtuse. It's very approachable.
Wow, that sounds fun.
We're going to put on the screen a couple of digital art images here. I want you to talk about it. Look at that.
Whoa.
This is actually a still image from one of the artists, Javier Villegas, and what actually happens with his piece is this image of a landscape and trees is on the TV screen, and when you approach the screen, he's written a program that picks up your face, and then your face is then formed out of the trees and
Get
leaves.
out of here, really?
Yeah, so in this image, he was actually standing in, to test it, he was standing in front of the screen with his cell phone held
No
up.
kidding.
And it's very responsive, so
gotta-
it's
He
designed
makes
to
a
read
really
your-
good-looking tree.
He does. He does. Let's show this next one here, and look at that.
This is actually an image from Currents, and unfortunately this isn't our program, so I'm not familiar with the artist
Yeah.
or the piece, but Currents is a festival that's happening up in Santa Fe about a week or two after our program is happening, and it's part of the New Media New Mexico initiative that Currents is beginning, in which each summer in New Mexico they're trying to bridge any new media events that are happening across the state. So this year we're part of that.
Wow.
We just decided to make it one big, long party.
Yeah, well, that's one of the things that both 516 and Currents are trying to do is get people to recognize that there's some really contemporary things happening here and very relevant things to our time. And what's one of the things that a lot of these artists are doing, they're using technology that we use, everyone uses every day in their lives, cell phones and computers, and reprogramming them to make artwork out of them and think about ways to really disperse culture and technology.
So
Very
innovative.
inventive.
It is. It's extremely innovative.
Love it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So we're going to see things that'll just blow our mind that we've never seen before.
Yes. Yes.
And then we'll be able to experience Latin music and what else?
Well, so one of the main things that a lot of the art in the exhibition is going to do is involve the audience. A lot of the pieces are reactive and interactive, so like Javier's piece where you start to see your own face form on the screen. This piece by Rafael Lozano Hemmer. This eye is on a very large plasma screen, and it's closed when there's no one in the gallery. And when somebody approaches, it opens up and then follows your motion as
Oh
you
my
walk
gosh.
past. So it's,
Ruthie.
yeah,
Oh
so
my
a lot
gosh.
of the work
That's
is
so
very
cool.
reactive. It depends on the viewer's presence, so it's one of the main things about the symposium and the exhibition is audience involvement and really getting people to see how the work is dependent on you and your presence and how you can become part of it and
Yes.
affect it.
Yeah.
All right, so invite everybody to the party. It's
Yes.
Saturday night, 5 to 9 p.m.
Yes.
And it's downtown.
Yes.
And there'll be food trucks and all that kind of stuff.
And the
Music,
symposium.
dancing.
Yeah.
And the
So then they can
symposium.
learn more at the Albuquerque Museum on the 7th.
Very
And
nice.
8.
And perhaps be inspired to try to work their own creative juices into technology too.
Absolutely. They could just take their cell phone and start to play around.
I love art so much.
Yeah.
You never know where it's going to take you.
Well, and that's
especially
one of
in
the
this
greatest
digital
things.
age.
That's one of the greatest things about 516. So if you get a chance to go to the gallery, I think oftentimes we feel very intimidated going into galleries and going into places because you think, well, I like the way that looks, but I don't know enough to speak intelligently about it. And one of my favorite things about the gallery is that they don't make you feel that way. They don't make you feel like you have to have this education level to
Right.
step in the door. And it's very helpful and it's very approachable, and I think it's made for everybody.
Well, if you're going to be there, then I think
Oh
everyone's
yeah,
going to
well, I'll be there.
go. You girls are awesome.
This segment brought to you by Albuquerque Arts and Entertainment Magazine, now merged with ABQ Free Press. Pick up a copy all over town. Want to thank you both for being here. This is
Thank
really
you.
cool.
Thank
I
you.
wasn't
Yeah.
getting invited to parties, so
Well,
here you go.
We'll see you there.
There you go.
Yeah.
Teresa Buscemi and Jenny McMath with 516 Arts. 516arts.org. We'll be back.